Hi, I'm Zihan from ClickZ. ClickZ has been on the ground at Shoptalk for 3 days. We sat in a lot of sessions and we chatted to a lot of brand leaders and execs on the floor as well. Here are the things that we are taking away from Shoptalk this year. The overarching theme this year is obviously the retail in the age of AI, and we felt that everywhere. But strip it back and it comes down to three things. So first is where shopping actually happens is changing so fast. And we heard from Sephora and OpenAI on day one that Sephora is now launching an app inside ChatGPT where Sephora customers can log into their loyalty accounts and shop without ever leaving the conversation. Shopify announced their agentic storefronts, allowing brands to sell directly through LLMs. So what we can say is the consumer journey is no longer linear. It starts on AI platforms, creator content, and even your social feeds. And so if you think about the next generation, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they don't follow a traditional marketing funnel anymore. So discovery happens, for example, in chats on Snap, and also it could be a YouTube unboxing video. So if you're only showing up in 2 to 3 channels, you're already missing out where, this generation starts their journey. And don't forget that ChatGPT alone now allows up to 2 different sources for a single answer. So if your content and product data aren't structured and aren't out there, you're just not relevant anymore. Second, and this is the foundation underneath all of it, is about data. Because none of these AI-powered commerce work without proper data. And we heard this consistently, right? Your first-party data, your customer signals, and your product catalog. These are your actual competitive moat right now. So Coach talked about, they spending 2 to 3 hours in the customer home just really to try and figure out the why behind the numbers they're getting. And I think that's the level of investment that's actually moving the needle for brands. Retailers really getting the value from AI are those who have the cleanest data, the most structured data, but also the deepest understanding of their customers. And third, through all the technology, authenticity and customer obsession kept coming back as real differentiators. So Steve from Reddit made the point that in a world flooded with AI content, genuine human voices are only becoming more valuable, not less. And Jessica Alba talked about building a community before building a brand. And we also heard from Crocs CMO saying that you can tell the brands that are actually just chasing the trends on a hamster wheel. So the ones that are actually building lasting loyalty, they know exactly what they stand for and they are very consistent with it. And on the retail side, Macy's put it simply. So, we're not in the business of transacting. We're in the business of creating moments that matter to the customers. And that's a line that could have come from any decade, but it landed particularly hard this week at Shoptalk, surrounded by all this AI. And that's our little read from Shoptalk Spring 2026. The full coverage and more exclusive insights are coming to clickz.com. So stay tuned and watch the space. And a big, big thank you to our event sponsor, Phosphor, measuring operating system for online retail. Most measurement tells you what happened. Phosphor tells you what happens next. And we're talking about full funnel level, daily insights across every channel. Brands working with Phosphor achieves 30% higher ROAS compared to the market. And if you missed them this week at Shoptalk, don't worry. You can always reach out to Phosphor team using the link below in the comment.